Today is brake bleeding day. We're at the rear passenger side. We're gonna start there, and I got my little Four Uncles brake bleeder vacuum powered brake juice sucker. So if you guys haven't used this, I love this thing. This little tip goes on like that. Somewhere, somehow. You gotta get a little brake fluid on there maybe. So you put that like that, and then you loosen it, loosen the nipple. Put this thing on, you can, and it just sucks the brake fluid out of the line. And then what are we doing at the other end? Because, you know, you have the issue of going dry in the master cylinder or getting air in the master cylinder. That's why we have this. So you stick this down in there, master cylinder, fill it up, and you keep this filled. We're starting off super empty. I thought there was a little more in here, but we're just gonna add a little bit to get started. This is older brake fluid, so I'm just gonna use this up, and then I have a new one that I will run through. But first, we're just gonna run through some fluid. I wanna run quite a bit through the brake lines because they've been sitting and I don't even know what's in there, and there might be some gunk. So we're just gonna try to pull some fresh fluid through, make sure there's no issues with any of the individual lines. All right, let's go. All right, I just started this. And there's a little bit of fluid coming through, but it's basically pulling it all the way from the master cylinder. And I think it was pretty empty, so I'm just gonna leave this for a little bit. We're doing the outside one first, and then we'll go to the inside. Look how fast it sucks it down. In fact, I came over and this was completely dry. That's moving pretty quick. It doesn't surprise me though, because the lines are basically empty right now. So we're gonna run this through. I'm gonna move over to this, because that's what that's for. All right, so that's what that looks like. Hooked up, and you leave a little space at the bottom, so when it hits air, you know, when this hits the air, it just lets it go through. There's a little valve right here to turn it on and off. Let's go run some more. And this is the only piece of equipment that I'm glad sucks. One of the things I've learned about this though is you're not gonna see no air bubbles coming through this. It's a lot of air. I think it gets in here. So you just keep sucking fluid through, and you assume there's no air in the lines. So we're gonna let this go a little further. One of the things I really don't like about this system is it's hard to tell the condition of the fluid. Look, when I pull fluid through, it comes out very frothy. At first I thought that was milky. I thought it was milkiness, that there was some moisture in there, but I don't think so, because it settles out. So I think I'm gonna call that good. That's a lot just pulling through this one side. So I'm gonna switch sides and keep going. Okay, we're on the driver's side now. This is sad. I know, it's just been sitting out here, and because it's not rolling and there's no brake pads in here. So this thing just got a lot of surface rust. I'll try to brush it off before I install the brakes and get it rolling, but that should just wear off when the car rolls a little bit. Still kind of sad though. This is working as it should. I've gone through quite a bit. I gotta slow down a little. I do have another bottle of brake fluid, but I don't want to waste it. All right, I just finished doing the fronts. I didn't show it, but I will show you my rusty ass brake rotors. Yeah, so here is how much I pulled through. It's a lot. I probably wasted some, but it's okay. I went into my second new brake fluid pack, bottle pack, which, you guys, you can't keep this stuff on the shelf that long. When you open it, it starts to degrade. And brake fluid does not like oxygen or air or water. I mean, it gets water out of the air, I guess, and makes it so your brakes get spongy, I guess. So I'm gonna pop this back on. Got it pretty full, and then hopefully the brakes work. Okay, before we go, we're gonna pop in the rear brake pads, and what we need to do is compress the cylinders, the plungers, and for that I'm using this high-tech shim, which I got out of the door hinge. I don't need these are for the door hinges, and I'm just going in here and I'm just pushing against there. Yeah, you can see it there, right? And then, but the thing is, it comes back out. So what I got to do is push both of them in, and then I'm gonna also release, because there's pressure in here now, I'm gonna release this a little and let out the fluid so it's easier. There we go. Yeah, so that's a lot easier now. Push, boom. They're in it. They're on a spring though, so what I have to do is leave these in like this. Ooh, push it flat like that, and then I can slide the pad in here, right? So we'll check back in a second. I want to do that. Okay, there we go. Work like a charm. Pin is in, cotter pin is in, and I'm just going to top off the master cylinder and we're good to go.